the best selling comic books on the secondary market. All that and more when we return. So grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your host, C3, and today I have a really special show planned for us today. We've got 10 of the best-selling comics on the secondary market. Yes, the best-selling comics on the secondary market. All right? Now, you guys know the drill. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. So every time I do a video, you wonderful people will get that notification. And if this is your first time stopping by checking out the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. So, coming in at number 10, this book is published by Marvel. It is some Silver Age goodness, ladies and gentlemen. With all the talk about the new Wakanda Forever trailer that was just released, Black Panther number 2, we've got a lot of speculation going on with this particular character. The title of this book is Submariner Issue number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, classic cover, classic story arc. Now let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for this book was on July 28th of 2022, where 6.5 sold for $649. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 0.52%. The average sale for CGC 8.0 is roughly about $980. The average sale for a raw copy of this book goes from anywhere from $350 to $400 for a mid to high grade copy. There's been 821 raw copies of this book that have sold so far, and there has been 670 copies of this book that have sold so far, giving us a total of 1,491 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 in this book was back on May 12th of 2022, where that book sold for $19,200. All right, so the fair market value has this book resting at $980 for the most common grade of the 8.0. So if you are in the market for Submariner issue number 1 and you want to get it before this movie drops, because I'm pretty sure that the price is going to continue to rise, keep your eye on this book because it is definitely on the move. All right, moving right along. Coming in at number 9. I just want to put this on your radar. All right, now the publisher of this book is Archie Publishing. This book was released on August 1st, 1988. The title of this book is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures Issue number 1. Now, the beautiful thing about this book is it's the Canadian newsstand $1.25 price variant. All right, now let's talk about some key factors. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Krang, but it is also the first appearance of Bebop in human form and of Rocksteady in human form. And I know we have a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans out there that would love to have a copy of this book. That's why it's on this list. All right, so let's talk numbers now. So the last recorded sale for this book was on February 1st of 2021, where a raw copy sold for $469.22. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 3.07%. The average sale for CGC 9.6 in this book is $1,250, while the average sale for a raw copy is $469. There's been 21 raw copies of this book that have sold so far, and there's been 10 copies that have 10 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 31 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 in this book was back in December 7th of 2020, where that book sold for $2,299.95, ladies and gentlemen. And the fair market value has this book resting at $1,250 for the most common grade of the 9.6. All right, so if you're interested in Archie Publishing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Avengers issue number 1, the Canadian $1.25 price variant, keep your eye out on this book because it too is on the move. All right, coming in at number 8, this book was published by Marvel. It was released on September 2nd of 2009. Now the title of this book is Black Panther, issue number 8. Again, with all the speculation of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and all these new characters that are going to get more screen time, there's a lot of speculation going on of who you might see or just what exactly might happen during this movie. So I'm pretty sure that's why many of these books are spiking right now. All right? So the key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Anika, the leader of the Dormer Lodge. All right? So she was unnamed until she appeared in Doom Wars issue number 2. But Anika, the leader of the Dormer Lodge, all right? So this is her first appearance. Unnamed appearance, nonetheless a first appearance. All right? So let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for this book was on July 28th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $39.99. But ever since they dropped the trailer, you started to see a considerable amount of increase in copies being sold. This book is currently trending upward at 4.15%. The average sale for CGC 9.8 in this book is $260. Average sale for raw copy is about $32.08. There's been 104 raw copies that have sold so far, but there's also been 4 graded copies that have changed hands on the secondary market, giving us an absolute total of 108 copies of this book that has moved since the trailer is dropped in this particular book. All right? Now, the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 in this book was back on July 26th of 2022, where that book sold for $260. And yes, the fair market value has this book resting at $260 for the most common grade of the 9.8. So if you are in the market for Black Panther issue number 8, first appearance of Anika, the leader of the Dormer Lodge, her first unnamed appearance, this book is also on the move. So keep your eye on it on the secondary market. All right? Excuse me for a second. Got to have your vibe juice, baby. I keep everything right. That juice keep everything right. Thank everybody for stopping by, checking out the channel. I really appreciate you guys, all right? You guys have to know that I couldn't do this without you. And I hope you enjoy the comics that I'm bringing to you this week, all right? And keep your eyes open and stay tuned because there'll be more videos coming after this. Coming in at number 7, ladies and gentlemen, this book is published by Image. Yes, we cannot forget the indies. We have to have some indies up here. This book is published by Image. It was released on July 21st of 2022. The title of this book is Spawn, issue number 1. Wow, that's a beautiful book. See, the key factor to this book is it is the black and gold foil, what is it? The San Diego Comic-Con signed variant. And you see Todd McFarlane, the guy, the Todd father, has his name signed on this book. This is a beautiful book. I can't say for certain that I won't go after this book, right? So that is why it's on the list. It caught my attention, so I wanted to share it with the rest of the community. Now let's talk numbers. So the last recorded sale for this book was on July 24th of 2022, where that book sold for $242.50. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 11.24%. Now, although there are no graded copies of this book that have surfaced just yet, the average sale for a raw copy of this book is about $217. There's been 38 raw copies of this particular book that has changed hands since the releasing of the San Diego Comic-Con. all right, since the start of the San Diego Comic-Con. And the highest known sell for a raw copy was on July 24th of 2022, where that book went for $242.50. So that is the highest known sell for this particular book at the moment, all right? And fair market value has this book resting at $217 for the most common, which is the raw book. So if you are in the market, and if you are a Todd McFarlane fan, as I am, keep your eye out on this book, because they're out there and they're on the move. Coming in at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, this book is a DC comic book. It was released on August 31st, 1989. The title of this book is Sandman, issue number 10. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to say, I've been watching the series bubble on Netflix, and I'm very interested and excited about this particular series, and I can't wait to get into it. It looks like it's going to be something interesting, which is, it caused me to look up this book and see what's going on with it. And I found issue number 10 to be very interesting as well. So let's talk factors. The key factor to issue number 10 is it is the first appearance of the Corinthian. All right, first appearance of the Corinthian. And spec-wise, let's talk numbers. Last recorded sale was on July 28th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $35. And I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I like that price point for buy-in. I have not been a big Sandman fan, but it sparked my interest, and if I was going to get this book, that $35 is something I feel that I'm able to handle, that whether or not I like the series or not, I still can purchase this book for not a lot of money, and I don't feel like it'll break the bank. But it looks very interesting, and I'm certain that I'll enjoy the read, if nothing else, right? And if I don't want the book after that, I'll just pass it along to somebody else. But I'm definitely looking to get my hands on a series of on a couple copies of this book, so I can start reading it and catch up and see what's all to talk about. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 13.97%, and the average sale for a CGC 9.6 is $3.24. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $51.63. There has been 246 raw copies that have sold so far, and there has also been 46 graded copies that have changed hands, giving us a total of 292 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. And I'm also pretty sure that that is because it has been released on Netflix, and everybody is anticipating that that series will do quite well. I also know from a few years back that Sandman has always had its own cult following. And I've always wondered what all the big talk was about Sandman. So I can't wait to dive in. I can't wait to see what it's all about. And I'll keep you guys posted to let you know what I think. All right. The highest known sell for CGC 9.8 in this particular book was back on June 5th of 2022, where that book sold for $1,000. Yes, CGC 9.8, a whole stack. I ain't mad at it. That speaks volumes in itself. That lets you know that people are interested in this book. That lets me know that people are interested in this book, and their work, and they will pay for it. You know, people pay for what they want. A book is only worth what someone else is willing to pay for it. And if the last sell, the highest known sell is for $1,000, that is an expensive piece of paper. That's expensive comic book. All right. So fair market value has this book resting at $324 for the most common grade of the 9.6. So for me, you know, just dabbling in Sandman for the first time, just to read it, I'm going to see if I can find issue number 1 for a low cost. I'm going to see if I can find issue number 2 for a low cost. I'm going to see if I can find issue number 3. Read the first 3 issues, and if I like those issues, I'll go on and grab the rest of the runs until I reach this number 10. All right. So if you're in the market for Sandman issue number 10, keep your eye out on this book, because it too is on the move, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right. So we've made it, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to the halfway mark. And normally about this time, what I like to do is stop and take a moment to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you to all my subscribers, because you guys know that I couldn't do this without you, and I understand that. You guys give me the fuel, what I need, that keeps my desire burning to want to drop these videos. You give me a reason to keep busy and keep myself occupied, because I really look forward to making these videos. I really look forward to hanging out with you guys for about 35 to 45 minutes, just shooting the breeze, talking about comics. So I appreciate you letting me do that. All right, I get a lot of enjoyment out of making these videos, and I love my comics, I love my collection, and I do it strictly for the love. All right, so thank you very much. And if this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing to the channel and hang out with us from time to time. We have a lot of fun over here. We only have one mantra, and that is, check the nonsense at the door, because it's good vibes only, baby. We are all here strictly and only for the love of the comic book community. All right? So, thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I love chopping it up with you guys. And if there's a book out there that you think I might be interested in, leave it in the comment section. There's a strong possibility that while I am out there on the hunt, that I'll grab the book just because and add it to my collection and give it a read. All right, because that's what I do to kill my time. That's what I do to pass the time away when I'm not working. And trust me, I do work a lot. So when I do these videos, it's like the really only time that I have to myself. So that little 35, 40 minutes, I take it and drop a video with us for our community. So thank you guys very much. Thank you for all your kind remarks. Thank you for all your encouragement. I really appreciate you. All right, so now back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, coming in at number 5. This book is published by Marvel. It was released on September 3rd, 1963. The title of this book is X-Men Issue number 2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and the first appearance of Vanisher and the second appearance of the X-Men. I had to have this up there. We often talk about X-Men, king size, giant size X-Men number 1, but I wanted to highlight this book as well because I know there's a strong possibility that I can get my hands on this book. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for this book. So I wanted to share it with you guys too. Stir up a little hope in you guys too. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. We can get this book. All right. So let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for this book was on July 28th, ladies and gentlemen, where a raw copy of this book sold for $899.99. This book is currently trending upward at 21.13%. Now, the average sale for CGC 5.0 in this book is $842, while the average sale for a raw copy of this book is $796. There has been 225 raw copies of this book that have sold, and there has been 290 graded copies that have changed hands, giving us a total of 515 copies of this book that has moved on the secondary market thus far. The highest known sale for CGC 9.6 in this book was back on December 4th of 2011, where that book sold for $23,500, ladies and gentlemen. All right? And the fair market value does have this book resting at $842 for the most common grade of the 5.0. So that $23,500 was back in 2011, and it was a 9.6. And, you know, so I can imagine what that 9.8 is going for. I'm not even going, I can't afford it. So, you know, the 9.6 is blowing my mind already. It's a strong possibility that I'd have to go after that 5.0, which I'm okay with that because low grade is better than no grade, baby. It's all good, man. Hey, it's all good. Trust me. That low money is show money. It worked. That low money worked, all right? So if you are in the market for X-Men issue number 2, keep your eye on it because it is on the move, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming in at number 4. This book was published by DC Comics, ladies and gentlemen. It was released on January 4th, 1977. The title of this book is Black Lightning, issue number 1. Yes. In my opinion, this is one of the most undervalued comic books on the market. That's just my opinion, right? I watched the series. I enjoyed it. I thought they did real good with it. It just didn't get the rave that I thought it would get, but I thought it was excellent. But you know, numbers don't lie. But I still highlighted it because it's a book that I want to add to my collection. Black Lightning, issue number 1. It is the first appearance of Black Lightning, right? Now, let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for this book was on July 28th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $22.80. This book is also trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 29.29%. The average sale for CGC 9.6 in this book is $213, while the average sale for a raw copy is roughly about $24 to $25. All right. There's been 969 raw copies that have sold and 291 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 1,260 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. So again, that makes me feel good because even though I feel like it's an undervalued book, I can tell because of the numbers that people still like this book. This is still a book that people want to add to their collection. It's, you know, and I guess that price makes it so affordable that, you know, the people can get their hands on it. But I just thought it would be a little pricier. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at it. I don't mind adding it to my collection. I buy what I like, right? Exactly. We buy what we like. So the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 of this book was back in May 22nd of 2022, where that book sold for $1,320. See, that's what I'm talking about. Excuse me. The value is in that 9.8. That's where it's at. And the fair market value has this book resting at $213 of the 9.6, the most common grade, the MCG, which is most common grade. So yes, I see it, ladies and gentlemen. The value is in that 9.8. So, but if you're just looking to add a copy to your collection, if you want to read it for the first time, that $24 is not a bad price point for buying. Even if you want to make a quick flip, which I know a lot of us do. Yeah, $24, get you a nice mid to high grade copy, send it in, submit it, you get a nice grade on it. You can put a decent flip and make a little coin on that. Right? So if you are in the market for Black Lightning, issue number 1, keep your eye on that book because it's on the move. All right? Coming in at number 3, this book is published by Marvel. The title of this book is The Avengers XMen Eternal Judgment Day, Free Comic Book Day book. The Valerio Shatti regular cover. And if you guys see that name, you'll know why I hesitated. The Valerio Shatti regular cover. All right. Now, this book was released on May 7th of 2022. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Blade's daughter, Bloodline. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know Blade has a daughter. Who knew? Right? Check it out. Last recorded sale was on June 30th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $2. So this was a free comic book day book. So this book is going for $2. So jump on it. It's at buy-in time. So jump on it. All right. Now, this book is currently trending at 50%. This book is up, trending 50%, 50%, ladies and gentlemen. So it's on the move, right? People are moving. This book is moving on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 in this book is $91.67. The average sale for a raw copy is $2. There has been 41 raw copies of this book that have sold on the secondary market and 5 graded copies that have moved on the secondary market, giving us a total of 46 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 was back in May 9th of 2022, where that book sold for $95, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And the fair market value has this book resting at $91.67 for the most common grade of the 9.8. Yes. But also, I want to bring this to your attention. So there was also a beautiful Peach Momoco 1 in 1,000 cover. Yes, beautiful cover. So if you are interested in this book, keep your eye on it because it's in the move. It's on the move. The last recorded sale for the Peach Momoco was $297, and that was back in May. And the average sale for a 9.8 of that Peach Momoco is $647. And the average sale for a raw copy of that Peach Momoco is about $306. So depending on which cover you want, keep your eye on that book too, because it is on the move, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, coming in at number 2, this book was published. It was released on August 1st, 1990. This book is published by Marvel. The title of this book is XMen Issue number 266. Yes. It is the first appearance of Gambit, which it's debatable. People say it's debatable because in X-Men Annual Issue number 14, he appears in a certain amount of panels and he talks, right? So there's that debate there, but I'm not getting into that. I'm just reporting on this book because I'm interested in adding it to my collection. We can work that out on some type of sidebar or something. Let's talk about it in the chat. Is this the first appearance or is X-Men Annual Issue number 14 the first appearance? What do you guys think? Because it's whatever the comic book community says. It has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna throw that off to somebody else. It got nothing to do with me, man. I don't know. Right? So let's talk numbers. Last recorded sale for this book was back on July 17th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $161.17. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 66.07%. The average sale for CGC 9.6 is about $502, while the average sale for a raw copy of this book is $243 for a mid to high grade copy. There has been 121 raw copies of this book that have sold on the secondary market, and there's been a total of 81 copies of graded copies that have sold, giving us a grand total of 202 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, CGC highest known sale for this book was on December 22nd of 2021, where that book sold for $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. And the fair market value has this book at $502 for the most common grade of the 9.6. All right. So if you are on the lookout, or if you're on the market, or if you're in the market, can you spit it out already? If you are in the market for X-Men issue number 266, keep your eye out on this book. It's on the move. All right. So we've made it, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it to our #1 best-selling comic book of the week. All right. This book was published by Boom Studios. It was released on January 27th of 2022. The title of this book is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 25. The Ji Young Lee Black Cape Comics 1 in 25 variant. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, such an awesome cover and an excellent story. James Tynion IV has been laying crazy ground to this book, man. This book is lit all the way around. Can't go wrong. If you're looking for a good read, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. All right, let's talk numbers. The last recorded sale for this book was on July 28th of 2022, where a raw copy sold for $19.99. There are a lot of variances out for this book, but this is a really nice 1 in 25, and I have to give it to Lee. This is a beautiful cover. I like this cover. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 72.79%, making it one of the best-selling comic books of the week. Although there are no CGC sales of this book right now, the average sale for a raw copy of this book is about $29.89. And there's been 18 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. And the highest known sale for raw copy was on July 27th of 2022, where that book went for $38.99. All right, and fair market value has it rested at $29.89 for the MCG, which is the raw copy. All right, so if you are on the lookout or in the market for Something Is Killing the Children, issue number 25, the Ji Yoon Lee 1 in 25 Black Cape comic variant, keep your eye out on this book because it is on the move. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I have given you your list. Go out, execute, but make sure that you're safe in your execution. You don't have to jump out the airplane without the parachute, and you don't have to get your lights turned off in order to get your hands on any of these books. Your car don't have to get repossessed. You don't even have to get kicked out of the house. Be patient. If you can't get these books right now, continue to save your money. They always come back around. They always do. All right, so don't hurt nothing. I know FOMO is real. Trust me, I know it. I know it better than a lot of people. But I learned, I've got it under control. I'm not going back. Right? But I love what I do. I love collecting. I love sharing my love of this hobby with you guys. And I appreciate you taking the opportunity to do that with me. All right. So before we go, just like we promised, I'll share with you guys some of the comics that I picked up for New Comic Book Day. All right. So stick around for the get down. Enjoy the vibe juice. And the comics. I hope you see something you like. All right. So the first book I want to show you, I grabbed this from DC Black Label. And this is Batman One Dark Knight, issue number 3, cover B, the jock cover. Yeah, I definitely wanted to add this to my collection, especially after I just got that Fantastic Four issue number 1. No, this is not the jock cover. I do apologize. This is that Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Yes, this is Bill Sienkiewicz. Yes, I know, guys. Do not crucify me in the comments. I was thinking of cover A, but this is cover B. Sorry. The Bill Sienkiewicz. And notice I'm pronouncing it properly. Yes, Bill Sienkiewicz. Yes. Love his artwork. Yes. So I just got that Fantastic Four issue number 1, Bill Sienkiewicz variant of Dr. Doom, man. So I wanted to add this too. I wanted to have this piece too, so I can stare at them both. All right. I also picked up Nottingham, issue number 7. Nottingham, issue number 8. Yes. Enjoying reading this story. Gonna catch up on it. And I picked up issue number 9. Yeah, so I got some catching up to do. And I will catch up. I'm gonna work on that right after I'm done shooting this video with you guys. So I'm gonna set those out there because I don't want to put them away. All right, and I got some in here I want to show you guys also. All right. So I grabbed Young Justice Targets, issue number 1. I want to make sure that they don't fall. I grabbed Ninja Kaiden, issue number 1. And shout out to my boy Bueller's Comics. I believe this is one of his. I think he's actually getting credit for that too. Shout out to Bueller. Respect. I grabbed Deadpool, Bad Blood, issue number 3. I'm a big Rob Liefeld fan. Love his artwork. Very controversial artist. I love him. I respect it. Gotta have it. I grabbed this one. I grabbed The Power of Warlock, issue number 8. Yep. Still working on that run too. I got it for half price, so good copy too. One of my favorite reads, and I recommend you guys, if you're not reading this book, check it out. Very exciting. Tugs on your heartstrings. Been enjoying it from day one, and I'm talking about IDW Canto, and this is Tales of the Unnamed World, issue number 1. Been loving this book. Right? And I also grabbed Canto Tales of the Untamed World, issue number 2. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Been enjoying that. All right. From IDW, I also picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 131. This is cover A. I am going to double back and get that cover B too. Next up from Marvel, I grabbed Venom, issue number 9. Number 9, baby. Also a book that I've been enjoying to read since the first story arc, since the first volume. This is Magic Order 3, issue number 1. Beautiful. I grabbed the black and white cover. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from Boom Studios, written by James Tynion, I grabbed Something is Killing the Children, issue number 25, the A cover. Right? Yep, and I also grabbed the Jung Young Lee 1 in 25 variant. Yes. It's got a little glare there, but I'm sure you can see it. All right. Now, last but definitely not least, I grabbed a few copies of this, but I only need to show you one. This is a DC comic, and it has an awesome cover. The title of this book is Swamp Thing, issue number 15, the all green headshot, baby. Look at that, man. How awesome is that? Holy smokes, guys. That joint is fire. I like it. Right? Adrian! I'm kidding. All right? So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I grabbed. We look like twins, right? We could be twins. I look better than he does. Hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me. That's all the time I have for now. I'll see you guys next video. You know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, always keep it comics. Peace. Good vibes only, baby.